Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Good Shabbos. As you can see, I'm standing with all of our past presidents. Actually, we are all standing, and we're standing on the shoulders of our past presidents. And I'd like to begin by just saying that this Friday night, we're going to be installing our new president, Jessica Menelis, and along with the executive board and members of the Board of Trustees in a very beautiful, meaningful service, which is a Torah service. And I'll speak about that portion in just a moment. But we are going to place this talit on Jessica. This is such a magnificent gift from the confirmation class of 5777. This is what they wanted to give to the temple. It's inspired by Anat Hoffman. It's a Women of the Wall talit. I think it's very interesting that 4 of the young women from our confirmation class actually read Torah. And as I pointed out, in some circles in Israel, that would be considered blasphemy. That would be considered a violation of treating Torah, because women touching and reading from the Torah and Women of the Wall and this movement reminds us that everyone has a voice when it comes to prayer and study and learning, and everyone is equal, and certainly that is our Reform Jewish value. Confirmation itself was just magnificent. 20 of our students confirmed their faith. They said, in effect, even if I was born into Judaism, as most were, but not all, I would choose Judaism for myself. That at this point in time, at 16 years old, this is my religion, this is my faith. I feel it in my heart, I know it, and I want to transmit it to those who come after us. The Torah portion we're going to be reading Friday night and then studying Saturday morning is Naso. And it deals with a very interesting institution of the Nazarites. The Nazarites biblically took on special vows of abstinence for themselves out of a kind of religious duty. So, for example, a Nazarite refuses to partake in anything alcoholic. They call it spirits, like evil spirits, evil demons. Also, the Nazarite let their hair grow long, the hair being the crown of the person. And they could not come in contact with a dead body. Famous Nazarites include John the Baptist and Samuel and the story of Samson. Judaism has actually frowned on taking those kind of extreme vows. In fact, the Talmud tells us that to deny oneself the basic pleasures of life is actually a kind of a sin. And certainly to deny oneself the basic necessities of life, how much the more so a violation of really God's law. So Judaism never really embraced this, and it also reminds us to avoid the extremes. That basically Jewish people were mostly comfortable somewhere in the middle, but not at one end, not at the other end. We try to seek a balance in our lives and in the lives of those around us. Finally, in this portion, we have what we call the priestly benediction. 15 words in the Hebrew. You'll hear more about this on Friday night, but it's a very special blessing that we invoke, and we're going to invoke it Friday night as we read from it as well. It's a blessing about our physical needs. It's a blessing about our intellectual pursuits, and it's a blessing about finding peace. Peace in ourselves and peace with others. So join us this Friday night. Very important milestone in our history. Jessica becomes president number 22, with our history going back to 1950, and we're going to be passing the Torah from one president to the next. Please join us. Shabbat Shalom. Services are always at 7:30, and see you then. Shabbat Shalom.